Bilbao stands as the heart of the Basque City, a vibrant metropolitan area home to over 1 million people. Once one of Spain's leading industrial hubs, it was the nation's third most important industrial center after Madrid and Barcelona. By the late 90s, Bilbao has transferred. The city shifted from factories and shipyards to finance, services, and culture. The opening of the Guggenheim Museum in 1997 marked a turning point, symbolizing what many called the Bilbao effect, a model of urban regeneration that shows how art and architecture can redefine an entire city. Yet while Central District flourished economically, the peripheral neighborhoods still face hardship and limited access to services. This contrast reveals deeper questions about equity and inclusion. Bilbao's transformation reminds us that true urban success must be measured not only by iconic skylines or economic growth, but by how a city fosters social cohesion, environmental balance, and territorial justice for all its citizens. Looking ahead, Bilbao's next great challenge is to ensure that its future growth becomes more sustainable and more inclusive. Hosting the Olympic Games offers an unique opportunity to confront these disparities directly, to channel global attention and resources toward lasting urban improvements. To host the Olympic Games in Bilbao, we don't start from scratch. We adapt what is already here and only build new venues where they can leave the strongest legacy. Our new main stadium for the opening and closing events, as well as track and field, is built on the vacant land next to Campo de Futebol Rivas in Portugalete. We propose a 50 to 60,000 seat stadium with a 400-meter track and full field facilities. Right beside it, we create a compact Olympic Village cluster so athletes can walk from their rooms to competitions within a few minutes. After the game, the temporal up tiers are removed, the stadium is resized for regional events, and the village blocks are converted into affordable and student housing, turning a leftover corner of the city into a youth sports campus tied to local schools and clubs. At the same time, we use the games to fast-track the existing master plan for Zarotare. The Olympic Aquatic Centers and the main cluster of the Olympic Village are placed on this island, which is already planned as a flood-proof mixed-use district with roughly 5,000 new homes and public facilities. Instead of an isolated aquatic box, we embedded new tram and cycling path. During the game, these buildings and centers serve as Olympic infrastructures. Afterwards, they become affordable housing and a metropolitan sports hub. Zarotare, once an abandoned industrial island, now becomes the place where the Olympic flame turns into lasting homes. Beyond these new clusters, we rely on Bilbao's existing strength. Sant Mamés remains our main football stadium, hosting the Olympics with only light and reversible upgrades. Vizcaya and Bilbao Arena stages indoor sports events along the Biscay coast. Beach areas host surfing and beach volleyball, while the nearby golf course becomes the site for Olympic golf, leaving behind improved public access and better facilities for local clubs. These choices spread Olympic infrastructures across the entire metropolitan area. Instead of reinforcing a single showcase center, the game helps stitch these different neighborhoods together with new housing, transport, and sports facilities. In this way, Bilbao's Olympics are designed not just as a 2-week spectacle, but a long-term strategy to reduce spatial injustice and bring high-quality urban life closer to residents in every corner of the metropolitan area. To connect all these venue clusters into one coherent Olympic city, mobility becomes essential. Today, Bilbao has a strong public transportation network, but accessibility is not equal spatially. Our Olympic plan uses the game as a tool to close these gaps. First, we introduce the Metropolitan Mobility Spine, a high-capacity, low-carbon corridor that ensures every major venue can be reached through a single integrated system. Second, we add Olympic Express routes to the outer cluster, providing fast, reliable connections across the wider metropolitan area. Thirdly, Zarotare becomes a place where different transportation paths converge. Finally, a green mobility loop along the river and the coast connects venues and local communities through walking, cycling, and zero-emission shuttles, making sustainable movement the default option. These improvements stay after the game, reducing commute gaps, strengthening regional cohesion, and ensuring that every resident, not only the visitors, benefits from a fairer, greener metropolitan Bilbao. In most cities, the Olympic flame burns brightest at the center, then slowly fades away. In Bilbao, it does the opposite. The game not only serves as a celebration of sports, but also as a catalyst for environmental sustainability, social inclusion, and a shared prosperity across all neighborhoods of Bilbao.